they're kind of expensive, and I wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, with my income, I probably won't get one in the next like 3 years or so. But okay, and this is Denise's response. It's a few paragraphs long. It shouldn't be that bad. Okay, this is her response. When we launched back in 2006, the household saturation of HD TVs was much slower than it is now. Nintendo didn't include HD compatibility back then because that would have been a cost to that everyone had to play. Very wise move. Whether or not they had an HD TV, there's something not very fair about that. As Mr. Iwata has said a number of times, we have no current plans to launch an HD version of Wii. But HD is one of the things we're keeping in mind for the future. There we go. Next part. I think questions and concerns like these might be unique to the medium of video games. No one rates books by design on their covers, and no one would suggest the most engrossing movie is the one with the most special effects. Certainly these elements can draw your eye, but in the end, we judge a book or a movie on the way it makes us feel. Whether we're laughing, shedding a tear, or shouting with excitement when the bad guy gets what's coming to him. As you can see, she's a really good talker.
Yeah.
Okay,
it makes sense though this time.
Yeah, it does. Okay, last part. No matter what new technologies are developed for, or how video games look, in the end, gamers will decide if it's a good title based on the experience. Ultimately, pretty pictures don't matter. It's all about the gameplay. Oh yeah, how many times have we told everybody that?
Exactly.
Just think of the pixels of the original Legend of Zelda or Super Mario Brothers. Those games hold up years later, and no one would say they're on the cutting edge of graphics. Even modern games like Super Mario Galaxy and Punch-Out play so well that you're not thinking about TV specs or cables. You're just having fun playing a game, and that's the way it should be. That's one of the reasons Wii Sports and Wii Fit are among the most influential games of this console generation. They deliver fun experiences that go.
And they're fun.
You said that's exactly.
Yeah, because they're accessible and they're fun. So it's exactly that's why.
They deliver fun experiences that go well beyond the way games look. For the most part, when gamers look back and recall their gameplay experiences, they remember the new interfaces and the fun they had playing with other people, not the graphics or the type of TV they played it on. It's always about play, not pixels and polygons. And you're clapping. And the last part is just her advertising the Excitebike.
Oh yeah, I've seen some footage of that. That looks pretty badass.
It's a WiiWare. It's a new Excitebike version. It's a WiiWare download. It's coming out soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Anyways,
but yeah, she made some good points. I mean, if you think about films again, a lot of films that that were really popular and that are really close to people's hearts, are very low budget and not as they don't have as much what's the word I'm looking for? They don't have as much special effects and whatnot as you
big
get.
CG explosion, special effects kind of sounds like what's his name?
Take District 9 for example. District 9 was a very low budget movie, but you couldn't tell that from the story and through everything else. With it was still really good and still really popular.
Here's another movie that was even lower budget than District 9. What was the budget of District 9? I forget.
I do not remember.
But I'm pretty sure this one's lower. I'm pretty sure District 9 was at least $1 million. Just because there were animatronics in there were special effects in there, explosions and stuff like that. Things like that cost money.
Yeah.
But I
obviously.
know something though. I know a movie that just came out that was lower. It's a Paranormal
Yeah.
Activity.
Oh, I've heard of that. Apparently, it's really, really good.
I called it the best scary movie of this year. Probably one of the best scary
Dude.
movies in a
Dude, when you're
while.
up against Saw 6, there's no competition.
Saw 6. That wasn't scary to me. It was just nasty.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. When you're up against Saw 6, there's no competition. Because Saw is essentially the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And it's not scaring you, it's just disgusting you.
What happened? Let's see. Paranormal Activity only
Yeah.
had its budget was only $11,000.
Wow, really?
That was it. these
That's
guys
pretty cool.
these guys the people who made the movie were from the Sundance Film Festival,
Oh, alright.
independent film festival.
Oh,
And
okay, yeah.
you know them. They barely they know how to use low budgets pretty much. So
hmm
because they barely have any money to make huge movies, and this is like the biggest profit I've ever seen off a movie. People had to demand the movie to be brought to where they live, and now it's everywhere. They're making like
Wow.
hundreds of millions of dollars on this movie, and
I need to watch this.
they've only made $11,000. They only spent $11,000.
That's going to be some insane profit there.
Well, I suggest that you go see it. It was probably the only movie that actually kept me up at night for a while. But
Well, horror movies haven't always been that scary. They've mainly been cartoons, essentially. Like, you got the bad guy and he just goes around killing, jerks, essentially, or whatever, Because all the characters that they have, like, for example, let's take, Friday the 13th, kids going out, doing all sorts of kind of things, in the forest and everything, and you have this big psychopath, essentially just murdering them all, and you don't have any kind of connection to them because they're assholes. They actually want to die.
All right, back on Denise. She spouts the truth. I don't know why people don't realize this. I mean, video games are not about pixels and polygons, just like she